Justin Trudeau, for his vested political interest, has harmed the Indo-Canada relations like never before. Trudeau has been placing his short term political gains over the well being of Canada's long term international relations. The India Canada relations hit rock bottom on the 14th of October when India and Canada both expelled each other's diplomats. Tensions between India and Canada escalated sharply in 2023 after the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar on 18th June outside a Sikh temple in British Columbia, a Canadian province to which Canada accused India's involvement in his death. On 1st September, Canada announced a pause in negotiations for a proposed trade treaty with India despite previous intentions to finalize it. During the G20 summit on September 10th, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau faced Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who expressed concerns about rising Sikh separatist protests in Canada. The situation intensified on 18th of September when Canada publicly accused India of supporting violent activities related to Nijjar's murder, declaring Indian diplomats, including High Commissioner Sanjay Verma, as persons of interest in the investigation. India dismissed those claims as fabricated and politically motivated. In retaliation, India summoned Canada's charge d'affaires and withdrew its diplomat, while Canada expelled six Indian diplomats, citing their involvement in violence. India responded by expelling an equal number of Canadian officials, in accusing Trudeau's government of undermining relations for political gains. The Trudeau family has significantly strained Indo Canadian relations, beginning with Pierre Elliott Trudeau, who prioritized personal political interest over national well being during his tenure as Canada's 15th Prime Minister. The diplomatic tensions escalated after India's first nuclear test in 1974, which angered Canada, leading to feeling of betrayal as Canada suspected India used the Cyrus reactor, a project jointly designed by both nations for nuclear development. Pierre Trudeau's subsequent support for Khalistani extremists during the 1980s further damaged relations, particularly through his inaction against like Talvinder Singh Parmar, who orchestrated the 1985 Air India flight bombing, resulting in 329 casualties. This legacy of tension continues under Justin Trudeau, who has also pursued personal political gain at the expense of diplomatic ties. In 2020, he intruded into India's internal affairs by addressing the Indian community in Canada about ongoing farmer protests, asserting Canada's support for peaceful protest rights. The situation worsened in 2023 following the assassination of Khalistani extremist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, which led Canada to accuse India of involvement in his killing. This triggered a diplomatic standoff, with both nations expelling diplomats amid escalating tensions. Overall, both Pierre and Justin Trudeau have contributed to a complicated legacy, prioritizing their political interest over diplomatic integrity, resulting in a lasting rift in India Canada relations. Justin Trudeau's recent attempt to take out knives against India appears to be a strategic move aimed at securing his diminishing political power by appealing to Khalistani sympathizers in Canada as the federal elections are coming near to door. As his government faces mounting challenges, Trudeau's approval ratings have taken a significant hit, raising alarm bells about his leadership. Recent polling data from the Angus Reid Institute reveals a troubling trend for Trudeau. His disapproval rating has skyrocketed from 39% in September 2023 to a concerning 65% in 2024. This sharp increase indicates that a growing number of Canadians are dissatisfied with his performance and direction as Prime Minister. In contrast, his approval rating has declined from 51% to just 30% during the same period, highlighting a dramatic loss of support among the electorate. This decline in approval and increase in disapproval ratings reflect a deepening crisis for Trudeau's government. As he navigates these turbulent waters, it becomes evident that he may be resorting to divisive tactics, such as targeting India to rally his political base. By aligning himself with certain groups within Canada, Trudeau seems to be attempting to shore up his support among sympathizers who have become increasingly influential in Canada. This decline comes on the heels of two major electoral defeats for the ruling Liberal Party. Notably, they suffered an unexpected loss in Montreal, which has been considered a stronghold for the party, as well as a prior defeat in a special election in Toronto, where they had maintained control for the seats for 3 decades. Adding to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wounds, the new Democratic Party, led by Jagmeet Singh, a proponent of Khalistan, withdrew its support from the minority Liberal government shortly before the unexpected loss in Montreal. This withdrawal has intensified calls for within the Liberal Party for Trudeau to resign, with experts suggesting that the Liberals could face a similar situation to the Conservatives in the UK. Despite two no confidence motions in Parliament, Trudeau remains in power. However, internal unrest is mounting, with reports indicating that at least 20 Liberal MPs have signed a petition urging his resignation due to fears of an electoral collapse under his leadership. Compounding these issues are raising concern over the cost of living, a struggling healthcare system, and escalating crime rates. According to the CBC's poll tracker, Trudeau's Liberals are trailing the Conservatives by about 20 percentage points, with Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre emerging as a favored candidate for Prime Minister. These factors strongly suggest that Justin Trudeau's political career is on the blink of extinction, prompting him to take desperate measures to cling to power, regardless of the political harm it might cause to Canada. The Trudeau Foundation, established in 2001 and named after former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, has come under scrutiny due to a significant donation from a Chinese linked individual. Since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister, the foundation has seen a substantial increase in donation reaching 6,34,461 Canadian dollars in 2015. In February 2023, a report revealed that a conversation was intercepted between a Chinese diplomat and billionaire Zhang Bin discussing a $1 million donation to the Trudeau Foundation to support the Liberal Party in the 2015 elections. After the Trudeau's election, Bin attended a Liberal fundraiser where he pledged an additional million Canadian dollars to the foundation. In response to growing concern about Chinese interference in Canadian elections, the foundation's president and board resigned in April 2023. A subsequent investigation into the funding sources was ordered, raising questions about how the foundation received public funds. The situation continues to unfold, affecting Justin Trudeau's government.